Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Warami, and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you all here today. That acknowledgement is important to our people and much appreciated, particularly by our elders. My family descend from Yarramundi. He was a respected elder and clever man of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our future could best be secured if we could learn more about this new world. As such, he enrolled his daughter Maria into the Native Institution, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. She studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown now stands. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today, and with good reason. For your progress progresses us all. Your advancement is our advancement. Now that was perhaps more readily understood in traditional times when camps were smaller and the clans abided by strict sharing laws. It meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the whole community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we get clever about it. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly did in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark perhaps on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered here as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They were naked. They made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without tilling it. In traditional times, everyone was accorded rights to the country or clan area where he or she was born. So normally there is no homelessness, and no rich and poor either. Everyone's got the same amount of stuff, roughly what you can carry. There was no armies, no jails, or even police. No mortgages or rents, no history of slavery or empire building. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, and then they were shared out strictly according to Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state, rivers were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So this is not an ideal, this is normal life. And there's no reason why ourselves or our children should not enjoy the same lifestyle that our ancestors did. Now, admittedly, there's a lot more of us now, and there's a lot of work to be done, but this is our birthright. So I would say, graduates, expect great things from life and do great things, and together we can create a future that's worthy of our children. We can do this, we're a clever people. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by getting off and letting you good people graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yanu.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan. Mr. Egan.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I see we have a couple of little babies with us today too, and that's absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing is certain, and that is that during a long graduation ceremony, little children and babies are sure to make a noise or cry or wail or whatever. And we have a very firm rule here: if they do, you are not to take them outside. Stay where you are. We're all used to babies crying. We all used to do it once ourselves. I've heard a lot worse. I used to be in Parliament for 25 years, so I can put up with most things. And in any event, we've discovered from experience that if a baby cries throughout a graduation ceremony, they're back within 25 years to get a PhD. So it's a good omen. Well, it's my great privilege as Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony. First, I welcome our graduands, and I hope that today will be a very happy and very memorable occasion for all of you. Now, some of you look relaxed and happy, and some of you look rather worried and nervous. Let me assure you there is no reason to be nervous. Every graduate comes up here with clammy hands, so don't think you're the only one. The worst thing that can happen, and it often happens with young ladies in those high-heeled shoes, is they fall out of them and fall over. Don't worry about that, that's happened before, and that's why we have all these people here. They're here to pick you up and get the show back on the road. So just relax, because you deserve to enjoy the day. You deserve to take pride, great pride in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today, I would also like to welcome, and especially welcome, those of you who are sitting behind our graduands as their invited guests. Because if you think about it for a moment or two, you've all obviously done very well. The very fact that you are here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives, is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. So mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, sons and daughters, grandmothers and grandfathers, friends, husbands and wives, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers, or whatever you are, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another very important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the testimonies that degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too self-effacing to proclaim their own success, you make sure you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, I hope it won't surprise you to learn that Macquarie University is not one of those 50 universities. We're relatively young, only 49 years of age. But in those 49 years, we've come a long way. We now have more than 130,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're regarded as one of Australia's leading research universities and are currently extending our research as we are our course offerings and facilities. We're always trying to engage with the world around us. We've forged strong alliances with the community and with industry and are keen to establish more. On your way here today, you may have seen our new Macquarie University Hospital, which is used by the students and academics in our School of Advanced Medicine. We are the only university in Australia with its own private hospital. In the United States there are many, but we're the only one in Australia. You may also have seen our new library, which was opened last year and which I think has become the envy of every university in the land. And this afternoon, our new Advanced Hearing Hub will be officially opened, and it will be a world-leading institute dedicated to advances in hearing, speech and language science. So we're looking forward and we're on the move. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Thank you.
Chancellor, I call on Ms. Ju Lin Nguyen, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Applied Finance, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms. Nguyen.
Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests, today we celebrate the conclusion of what for many of us has been 3 or more years of commitment to learning. Whether we spend most of our time in Macquarie University in the library or in the pub, our experience of university was very much a shared one. Our experiences, in short, include not only the stress and pressure of essays, coursework, and exams, but also the nervous wait for the results, feeling lost when trying to identify ourselves, and moreover, the fantastic atmosphere and fun that Macquarie has offered. Congratulations, fellow graduates. Those years of hard work and stress now have officially come to an end, or is it just the beginning? Today, you will be awarded a bachelor degree. It's not just a piece of paper. It is a representative of so much more. It stands for hard work, resilience, and personal pride. I have to admit that at first I wasn't really excited about attending the graduation ceremony. I thought it's probably just all about being on stage and taking some memorable photos. However, as it came closer to the day, I realized that our graduation is not only about us. Seeing Mom busy and happy while preparing for her first trip to Australia, although she already left yesterday morning due to family issue. But seeing my sister flying on the way from Europe to be here, receiving my teacher's reminder to wear outside the Vietnamese traditional dress during the ceremony, having my boyfriend and other supporters come to celebrate the day, I feel so blessed. Graduates, I'm sure that we all share the same special feeling of happiness today. To our family and friends, we thank you deeply for your support, sacrifice, dedication, and love. This ceremony honors you as much as the graduates. Your support and guidance are essential for us here at Macquarie, and will continue as we move forward from Macquarie University. To our teachers, thank you for your hard work and unwavering commitment to our learning. Sometimes teaching effort can go without acknowledgement, but I know that our class fully appreciates the time, sacrifice, and priceless nature of what you have given us. Fellow graduates, today is the day of recognition for our completion of a long journey at university, but it will not be the end of the journey of self-discovery. It is my great honor to be chosen to speak on your behalf today. So I thought it might be appropriate to talk about what might be most prominent in our minds. What comes next? Well, I don't have the answer yet. So rather, I want to share with you my reflection on Macquarie. If I have to describe my experience at uni in 2 words, I would say this has been a surprising journey. Getting a chance to come to Australia was actually unanticipated. As prior to that, my plan for 2 years had been to prepare to go to America. However, I had never felt regret about that decision. Instead, looking back, I realized it was a remarkable changing point in my life. My greatest achievement in Macquarie has not been any of the academic awards I received, but rather it's the broadened vision I gained during a surprising social life journey. going on exchange to Europe, attending an international conference in Japan, meeting all very nice people around the world, and joining a global leadership program network at Macquarie. It was an interesting journey which I did not plan or anticipate for all of them to happen. So perhaps what is almost certain is that whatever happens will be a surprise. However, it doesn't mean that you cannot control your life, as it is famously said that 10% of life is what happens to you and 90% how you react to that. Let me share with you my favorite quote. Don't restrict yourself by doing what you often do. You will never know if you never try. I don't know what each of us should be successful in. Rather, it seems to be best to choose something that we enjoy, we love, and do it well. Continue to look forward, right and left, and move and grow as we need to. Get an open mind about our past so that we will do well with whatever chance that we may get. Once again, congratulations, graduates. I wish you every success for whatever challenge you are going to pursue in the future. Thank you and enjoy today with each other, with friends, your teachers, and your loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you, Julien. That was a great speech. Thank you for coming to Australia to study, and thank you for choosing Macquarie. And I hope that we have a long association with you, and I wish you all the very best for what I'm sure is going to be a very successful career and a very happy life. Once again, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen and graduands, we now come to the important part of the ceremony, the key part, the reason we're all here today, and that is the conferring of degrees. But this is the part of the ceremony that makes me very nervous, because I'm told that if I confer a degree on someone who's not entitled to get it, there's nothing I can do to take it back. So before I confer the degrees, I have to get an ironclad guarantee from the Deputy Registrar that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment, that you never missed a class. So, Deputy Registrar, can you please give me that assurance?
Chancellor.
Thank you.
I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at today's ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. This is the largest faculty at Macquarie and one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be in high demand both domestically and internationally. Graduates have recorded starting salaries and employment levels well above the average for all Australian business schools. Research in the faculty is cutting edge and innovative, feeding into teaching to give students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management, and marketing. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Philomena Leung, Head of the Department of Accounting and Corporate Governance, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Professor Leung.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Finance, Michael Walter Berg. David Boxos. Annalise Sophie Chalmers. Matthew Hong Yin Chan. Evangeline Chuang Kit Nun. Hao Chou. Martin Fong. Manisha Kwa Gil. David William Haynes. Jesse Buchanan Howard. Angus Kingsley Knapp. Trevor Shiu Yu Kwok. Thomas James Mackenzie, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Callista Chung Yan Mac. Sean Louise Nilsson. Tahira Nguyen. Damson Ding Nguyen. Sasita Nipakasan. David Perende Gaby. Nicholas Prodanovic. Christy Nicole Robinson. Kandipan Sivavrati. Thomas Yin To. Nancy Trang. Yong Peng Zhang. Yu Shao. Chen Yin Belinda Zhang. I present graduates awarded the honors degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Marketing with First Class Honors. Kay Nauman. Angela Lindo Barraro. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Cindy Chai. John Raymond Han. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Sin Lei. I present the graduate awarded the Bachelor of Actuarial Studies, Li Weilin. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Tasnia Alam. Xu Yingkuai. An Chi Chen. Jing Chen. Mo Fei Chen. Shi Chen. Zong Deng. Chuan Ji Ding. Ning Kai Feng. Luan Go. Yuan Go. Xin Xin Gu, Lu Dan Guo, Shan Hao Gu, Zhu Han Han, Yu Ying He, Don Yahoo, Wei Hua, Deng Zhenghuang, Ji Zhenghuang, Xi Hao Huang, Ying Lei Huang, Zhen Ho Hoi, T.D. Ha Huan, Wen Kai Jin, Marina Karkauskaya, Winda Lorenzia, Zhen Wei Li, Ming Lai Li, Min Ru Li, Sicily, Yi Li, Yu Jing Li, Xiao Ming Li, Zhou Hang Li, Jung Min Nim, Chuan Liu, Han Liu, Yu Fei Liu, Fei Fan Liu, Junan Ma, Ya Wei Ma, Wing Si Alice Man, Prajo Man Minsky, Wei Mei, Shen Hu Mo, Ka Kit Ng, Di-Ling Nguyen, who has been awarded the Vice Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Zhong Suk O, Lin Yu Pang, Junho Daniel Park, Justin Park, Suhini Ramjit Devjit Patel, Ru Peng, Pham Hu Tang, Nguyen Minh Thảo Pham, 金許草、影影松、施許桑、Timothy Stephen、昆南 Tang、李 Tang、蘇以汪、陳希王、Juan Feng Wu、以范正、殷启正、I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Audi Kendrataya. Shi Ting Chao. Ye Hao Chen. Melissa Francis. Man Ting Hui. Ayesha Hussain. Randy Julius Cadadinata. Tan Wheat Cole. Ying Ying Lam. Alexander Sultan Lederer. Chuk Yi Leung. Wei Shilin. Thomas James Jack Martin. Guo Ha Min. Sayaka Miyashita. Kalin Naidu. Leanne Kim Leon. Yi Wen Sim. Natalie Laura Stepanisev. Joan Cheng Su. Nan Sen. Chuck Yin Ting. Ru Shangtiao. Thomas Van Leeuwen. Lok Sang Bong. Dong Wang. Hong Fei Wang. Yao Su. Zhao Han Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Rupert Chappengan. Fan Cheng. Wei Long Chung. Pui Lam Phoebe Ho. Meng Lin Lu. Pu Mao. Emma Stewart. Zhu Wang. Zhen Yingwu. Ying Su. Kun Yan. Hui Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Julia Boy. Wesley Chiu. Daniel John Groughton. Robert Michael Hahn. Thomas Andrew Courtesy. Angus Christopher Kirby. Ebru Kopus. Elizabeth Nufanos. Louise Patrides. Paul Raff. Brady Jade Reffin. Sean Ryan. Denise Farad Samusek. Cooper John Beveridge Warren. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Wei Chen. Anqi Chen. Vishal Davani. Lian Fang. Xiao Xi Lei. Xiao Yinglu. Xiao Yan Ma. Fan Nan. Yu Jia O. Fang Qi. Yi Lin Wang. Pak Xing Wong. Xiao Xu. Heng Xiao. Xu Wei Zhang. Bo Huzhou. Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates of the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that glorious voice belongs to Angela Brewer. Would you like to hear Angela sing just a little bit more? Well, hold your horses. It's very simple. You enrol in another degree, and when you come back next time, Angela will be singing at your graduation, I promise you. I think she deserves another great round of applause. As do our musicians. On the organ, we have Dr. James Forsyth. And on the trumpet, Melanie McLaughlin. And also sitting over there are some of our alumni volunteers who come along to assist with our graduation ceremonies and make sure that everything goes smoothly on your graduation day. I think they deserve a great round of applause too. Well, graduates, I should say, and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Paul Newland. Mr. Newland has spent 18 years in the reinsurance and investment banking industries. He now has his own consulting business, Arbor Partners, which is an independent advisory firm providing specialist expertise to institutional investors and corporations on strategic issues facing their organisations and portfolios. Paul holds a Bachelor of Economics and a Master in Applied Finance from Macquarie University. He is a Fellow of the Australian and New Zealand Institute of Insurance and Finance and a graduate of the Australian Institute of Company Directors. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul Newland.
Chancellor, members of the university, staff, graduates and guests. Graduates, this is definitely your day. You have taken the initiative to follow your interests, you have taken responsibility to build your skills, and you have earned a just reward. As finance, commerce and actuarial studies graduates, you will all be very familiar with economic theory and the role it plays in driving efficient market outcomes. You will have learnt there is a role for regulation in taming markets and ensuring some degree of equity and security for consumers. However, what of the role of leadership in driving outcomes in this broader context? In thinking about the financial crisis, decisions by the leaders of financial institutions have had a tremendous impact not only on their institutions themselves, but also economies and the societies in which they operate. It is my opinion that there will be considerable value to you in your careers in how you think about leadership. I would like to reflect on this topic based on my experience in the reinsurance and capital markets businesses over almost 20 years. There are three questions which I would like to pose and will answer based on this experience. The first one, is it possible to lead without being the leader? What does leadership look like in financial markets? What do some of these observations mean for you here today? I think the first question about being able to lead without being the leader is valuable to consider wherever you are in your career. I think the second question of leadership in markets is particularly relevant given the current outlook and your disciplines of study. Considering the first question, is it possible to lead without being the leader? I started my career in insurance and reinsurance industries and have had the privilege of working with some excellent people and organisations in some very engaging roles. When I was in my 20s, I lived in Chicago for 4 years and had a role as head of strategy for a reinsurance business. My responsibilities covered 30 countries and involved frequent travel to places as varied as Panama, Paris, Mexico City, Hamburg and London. This was attractive to me given my age. However, there were business constraints I had to perform. It was challenging to bring together groups of people from different countries to work together on common initiatives. However, we were guided by a vision of where the business needed to be. This provided a strong pipeline of growth opportunities for staff to focus on. I had senior management support to do the things I needed to do, and this led to some excellent outcomes. In this context, the organisation was sound. There was a vision for the business that I could implement, and therefore I could provide leadership without being the leader. Turning now to what leadership looks like in financial markets. After 13 years in insurance and reinsurance, I decided it was time to look for new challenges, and this was guaranteed by my decision to make the move to global markets in investment banking in 2007. We all know the financial crisis hit home in 2008. I recall a video conference during this period with a gentleman who used to run the New York office of the Federal Reserve. This is a key institution in the United States, given its proximity to financial markets. And he was a man of immense experience who had taken leadership roles in resolving a number of crises during the 1990s. He had an excellent perspective. And we had arranged for him to speak to our clients at around the time Lehman Brothers was failing. He was to join us via video link from an office in New York for 60 minutes to provide his thoughts on the crisis and where things were heading. The scene was set. We had our best clients in a boardroom to hear his wisdom, and when he came online, he was in an auspicious setting. High leatherback chair in a wood-panelled room. However, when he began to speak, it became clear that he was dismayed by events that were unfolding and was unable to provide his usual analysis and insight. Ultimately, the video conference went for less than 5 minutes, and this was an important message in and of itself. My conclusion was that he did not want to mislead. The range of potential outcomes was so extreme, as nothing was working as it should, and the system was failing. One aspect of the industry was that it had been split across activities, loan origination, structuring, etc., to the point where there was no real commercial or regulatory oversight. It was possible to make more money in the short run by splitting up the value chain and extending credit to uncreditworthy borrowers. However, this was not sustainable, and not enough people questioned this method of doing business from the bottom to the very top of these organisations. My conclusion is that markets do not provide leadership in and of themselves. The stewards of institutions should not only assess what is possible given the market, but also must determine right and wrong in a much broader context. They need an ethical framework, and they need to take ownership of their role in the overall system. So what do these observations mean for you here today? One of the lessons I have learnt from this experience is that the quality of an organisation's leadership matters. If the leadership is good, the organisation will have a vision for where it is going, and there will be a framework for you, no matter where you are in your career, to lead in your particular field. The other lesson is that prevailing attitudes in organisations and markets can be wrong, and it can be the strength of your participation that can make the difference. The quality of participation at every level in these organisations and markets can affect the integrity of the entire system. By achieving your qualifications, you, among your alumni, have much to gain from this system. However, you also have an obligation. At minimum, remember what you have learnt, ask difficult questions, and have high expectations of your colleagues and leaders. Do not necessarily accept prevailing attitudes. You will encounter situations that challenge you to take on a leadership role. When you do, have courage. Remain connected to your peers, continue to follow your interests, stay involved in your university, and this will help you determine right from wrong as well as your own potential. This is an exciting path. In my experience, it can involve immense personal growth, the opportunity to build a wide professional network, and be engaged in some extremely challenging and dynamic issues. The questions, challenges and opportunities our generation faces are immense, and it is only with good leadership, including yours, that we will see our way through. Congratulations again on your achievements. It has been an honour to speak to you, and I wish you all success in your future endeavours.
Thanks, Paul. Well, graduates, I'm sure you'll agree that that was an excellent occasional address with some excellent advice. And it's a message you should remember. Your participation can make the difference. You can lead, even though you're not the boss. And it's important that you don't just get led by the mob, but that you make your own decisions and carve out an honourable and ethical career. So thank you once again, Paul. I think Paul deserves another great round of applause. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of Macquarie alumni, which now spans the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And please do make sure that you come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, to attend alumni events, use our aquatic and fitness facilities or our library, or even if you'd like just to come back and enjoy a picnic down by the lake. Well, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either, although that of course would help. Because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces and in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed sometimes the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So, as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not just for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go, to go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you to celebrate today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a couple of things for me. Graduates, would you now please stand? And would you put your testaments, your degrees, on the seats behind you? And now would you turn around to face your families and friends? And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Now, graduates can turn around, but don't sit down. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey, and I'm sure you'd like to thank them as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the official party will now leave the courtyard through the centre aisle and will be followed by all of the graduates. I would invite you all to now please stand, and please remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out. And then I hope that you will all join us at the University Court for some light refreshments. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future, and in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Good luck. Thank you.